Hey y'all, back again. Um, Not time for pre-release thoughts yet, but for Christina C. Jones here, just in case. Um, for the other two books in this Vegas Nights series following the Hamilton triplets, I did a video for each of them that was not my pre-release thoughts, but that kind of gave some insight into the book. For maybe next time, I just did 5 things in general. For maybe this time, I did 5 lies. And so I was like, okay, so what do I do for maybe one more time, which is the title of Nessa and Blue's story. And this book is so much. It's once again we have a very clear difference between the tone of these books. And so for this one, instead of 5 general things or 5 lies, I'm going to tell you guys 5 different things that I had to Google in order to write this book. And this is only so far because, again, it's not time for pre-release thoughts yet. So I'm not even done. So we'll just get right into it. All right. So the first thing is pretty innocuous. I had to look up like different stats about motorcycles because Nessa's role at Hamilton Luxury Transport is she handles the motorcycle. She handles all of that. That's her speed, that's her forte. She rides as a hobby. She's very into it. And so I had to kind of dig into that and see like what stats would go into a really nice motorcycle. What do they look like? What are some of the different features that someone would look for if they were coming to rent or buy a motorbike or a motorcycle? Um, and that was innocent. That was pretty innocent. So the second thing number two, was pretty innocuous too. I had to look up what kind of lingo would people who are in these motorcycle clubs or riding clubs, which are two different things. Like a motorcycle club is more for kind of like the hardcore people, and then a riding club is what citizens who are not bikers, that's kind of what most of them would be more not more familiar with, because I it's just a difference. I don't even know how to describe it, but there's a difference. And I had to look these things up because when I'm writing, I like to, like, if someone who is like heavily into motorcycle clubs picks this up, I don't want it to be like, oh, she don't know what she's talking about. Now, I mean, they still might, because I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm doing my best. And so I wanted to look up what some of the lingo would be, how they would refer to their bikes, just different things, so that I was able to hopefully make it all just feel a little more authentic. Okay. Thing number 3 is where we start to get a little sticky and where we get into if my Google search results or my Google search terms got out. Somebody might be like, okay. So the third thing that I had to look up for this book was, how soon do STD or STI symptoms start to show up? Um, how long, like how short of a period can it be before they show up? How long can it take before they show up? And not just that, but what is most, I guess, heavily on the rise, or what's most alarming in terms of STIs or STDs in Las Vegas. And it's scary out here. It's scary out here. And I definitely learned some things that I did not know. Some things that I didn't care to know, but I'm glad that I know now, because I'm able to, I guess, arm myself with more information or something like that. I don't know, but that was that was an interesting rabbit hole to go down. Thing number four. Thing number four. I had to look up the pain level and recovery time for a certain intimate piercing. Um, there was a point. Um, there was a point where I was considering having one character give the other this particular piercing. But after, after looking everything up, it was like, nah, that doesn't really work for what I'm trying to do. But that was another pretty interesting one. And then we come to number five, the thing that made, or the search term rather, that made this romance author of many years. I won't say it made me blush. I won't say it made me blush, but it was really like, oh, y'all doing that? That's what we're doing. I had to look up some certain bondage equipment, I guess would be the umbrella term. But I had to look up this equipment not only to be able to, I guess, describe what it looks like, but to be able to, I guess, visualize what someone's experience might be while wearing being victimized by this certain equipment. I don't know how to frame it, but that was definitely a very interesting trip down the Google pathways and highways and all of that. That was very interesting too. So that is all for me today. Just a quick one. Just a quick one. Those are my five, I guess, my five interesting tidbits or things to kind of pique your interest, I guess, about this book. Today, as of filming this is Sunday. We'll probably go ahead and get this one up. I'm also going to, I should probably share a sample. I should probably share a sample today too. It's been a minute, but yeah, I am about halfway done, and so we are looking at probably a very early April release, like sometime around, yeah, sometime around there. And yeah, I'm working hard to get this done and trying to just kind of keep myself focused because it's past time actually for me to start on my next Connecticut Kings book. And so we gotta get the brain clear so that I can move forward into that, which is going to definitely be a much longer project. And so I got to get ready to hunker down and just kind of buckle in to get started on that. But these siblings, they have been a lot of fun. They've been a lot of fun, which is exactly what I needed. That was exactly what I needed. Fun, short, sexy was exactly the energy I wanted. And I'm glad that I have been able, even with my traumatizing Google searches, to figure it out. But anyway, I'm going to let this go here. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching me. Thank you guys for buying my books, for buying my merch, all that good stuff. Just thank you. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.